Hey, this is D from dn'a, and I'm back with Subnautica. Alright, been playing around on my own a little bit, built a Cyclops, and I've modified my base to make it a little bit easier on the eyes. I've also made it a bit more practical, and I have stocked the aquarium, which you guys let me know how to get into. Turns out it was just a hatch. Didn't realize you could go inside the thing, but I'll show that off in a minute. Okay, so one of the things I discovered while I was kind of journeying around is that you can get these things. They're hanging fruit trees. They give you hanging fruit, as the name suggests, and these hanging fruits are ridiculous. 13 food, 11 water. The fruits grow back really quickly, and even if they didn't, it wouldn't really matter because each tree has like 20 fruits at a time. And yeah, it's as simple as just putting one seed in the planter and a tree will sprout up. So yeah, I've kind of abused it a little bit. I've got 4 trees. It's not that many. I may have another one in the Cyclops. Actually, I think I have 2. Whatever. Yeah, I like the trees. But yeah, your base is pretty much self-sufficient if you've got these things, because you never have to go out to get food. You still have to go out to get basic resources, mostly, but even that is somewhat taken care of. Because if you put things like creep vines in here, the aquarium, or anywhere, then, yeah, you don't really need to go out for fiber mesh, for lubricant, for silicone. You still will need to go get, like, certain things you can't grow in there, like, coral, like red disc, or not red disc, it's red table coral. You can't grow that. And regular coral as well. But yeah, anyway, the aquarium that you've already seen that I'll now show a little bit off. You might notice I've got a Reefback in there. They're not actually in the game yet. I had to use console commands to spawn them in. Well, not to spawn in the Reefback, to spawn in the egg. You get various eggs that you drop in there, and after a while they'll pulsate and hatch into a creature. You also can't get shockers or crab snakes. I had to use console commands for those as well. Yeah. They're non-aggressive, thankfully. Otherwise the shocker would fry my ass. And the crab snake would also probably be latching onto my face. They're also a lot smaller than normal monsters, creatures, whatever you want to call them. Monsters is probably a little bit derogatory, and they're just fucking living out their life on this weird-ass alien planet. You can even pick them up. So yeah, check that out. Get a stalker in my inventory. Just gonna put that away for later. Because that makes sense. I just got a stalker in my locker. I am waxing poetic. So anyway, I'll take a few of these and stuff them in my pocket, or wherever the hell I keep them. Yeah, just got a Reefback in my pocket, no problem. Shark. And yeah, so if you want to transfer them outside, although I don't know why you want to do that, because once you do that, you can't get them back. They only go in your pocket once, unless you put them in your aquarium and take them back out. It's also funny that they only take up 1 inventory slot. It takes up 9 for a Sea Glide, this little handheld machine, but a Reefback takes up 1 slot. Whatever. So if you take them out, this is what happens. He's gonna try to kill me. Fucking traitor! I raised you. Should I kill him? No. I'll just give him a slap on the wrist by trapping him in a temporal hell. Yeah, give it up, buddy. You're not getting me. So with stalkers, I think they kind of float around for a while and then just kind of go off to the kelp forest. I have another file that I'll probably switch over to playing, assuming that the game doesn't update. But I didn't have Reefbacks or anything inside the tanks. I'm not spawning anything in on that file. Yeah, so the stalker's not having it here. So, if I take out the crab snake, this happens. I don't think the crab snake's aggressive. I think he's just very, very confused. But we'll see in a second. If he latches onto my face. Yo, what's up? Won't even look at me. What a rebellious child. Anyway, I'm sure the one that everybody wants to see is the Reefback, so I'll get right on that. Boom. I'm not sure if it grew. It was pretty big in the aquarium, but I don't think it was that big. And even that's pretty small for a Reefback. Like, I don't know. That's what the length of 3 sea moths. Kind of hard to compare things when the game's in a first-person perspective. But yeah, not terribly large. Yeah, as I mentioned, you can't get the Reefback, Shocker, and what's the other one? I think it's Shuttlebug? mesmer. Yeah, you can't get any of those. I didn't actually try the mesmer because I didn't know that you could get it as an egg until I just looked it up prior to recording this video. And some of the eggs take a while to hatch. What did I do with my shocker? It's still in my inventory? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, fuck. Come on, man. I don't want to have to kill you. There's a crab snake still floating around. And if I let the shocker out... Shockers are by far one of the most dangerous creatures in the game. Like, they're massive, first of all. Second of all, they've got two ways to attack you. They can bite you, which does like 45 damage or something like that. Which I think is one of the highest damage outputs in the entire game. Besides the crab snake. Maybe equals to the crab snake, I'm not sure. I don't really pay attention when the thing grabs my face. It's kind of a reflex of fear. And the Reaper Leviathan, which is... I remember it being a one-hit kill, but I haven't been killed by the Reaper Leviathan in a while, so they might have reduced it a little bit to be a little bit more forgiving. Oh, he doesn't seem to be caring too much about me. This guy is all over my shit. Oh, I kind of did dump him into an environment without any food for him. Yeah, go fight the shocker. I'm sure that's a fight you can win. So yeah, that's the aquarium. Some of the mechanics behind it. If you have two creatures of the same species, eventually they will lay an egg, which will create a creature of the same species. Go figure. On my other file, what I did is I created an aquarium that was 4 stories tall, and counting, I'm still kind of adding on to it as I go. And I put in like 2 air sacs, left for a while, came back, and there was like 30 air sacs. Whoa. Somebody's glitching out. And then I have my base on that file in a similar area. I think it's just like over there a little bit higher up. And I introduced air sacs into the grassy plateau, and there's a lot of them. And I don't know what purpose they serve other than looking at my window and seeing a bunch of air sacs. I bumped into a couple of them in my sub, and that killed them, but whatever. But yeah, as I mentioned, you don't really need food if you have these trees. They take care of everything. I want to see if that one tree that I picked fruit from is anything super grown. Yeah, like, you fucking can't even tell the difference. There's one small fruit. You can just eat this shit all day. And you can also have these purple vegetables and other fruits, but like, who gives a shit? These trees are the shit. Oh yeah, and one of you mentioned that I missed something at one of the bases, so I'm gonna go quickly warp back and take care of that. That was go to base 1, I think, maybe? Yeah, this looks right. It's hard to tell when everything's only loading in pieces. Alright, so... Oh, right. Okay, I got the log already. I think I have it in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. It was the last thing I was looking at, too. Alright, so this is the log. Pal Torgagen, Chief Executive Officer of the Torgalgen Corporation, because in the future they speak some weird alien tongue. Marooned you. Oh, so there were people that were marooned on the world of Subnautica, the moon, the planet, I don't know. Alright, next part. We constructed a habitat using materials reclaimed from the ship. That would explain why there's all these bases all over the place. Biochemistry implement commission for my son has already paid for itself. He's grown enough food to last us. Biochemistry imprint. I guess that's their equivalent of university. Kind of like the Matrix, where you pop in a chip and all of a sudden you know everything about Kung Fu. Now, if you're for a safety mercenary I hired for the journey is increasingly disturbed since losing her mate in the crash. She wants to establish a habitat underwater. Against my better judgment, I've agreed we will come with her. Please come for us. Well, I guess they died. Or they built a base underwater that you can't discover yet. Which would actually be kind of cool. If they had it so that these people survived and built an underwater base that just hasn't been added to the game yet, and you can actually talk to them and not go insane, dying of loneliness and social isolation on this island. Planet. I meant planet. So that pretty much wraps up what I was planning to do for this video. Again, another short one. To finish off, I will just quickly show you how you can spawn in the eggs for the creatures that aren't actually implemented in the game yet. I couldn't find it listed anywhere, but I just experimented with it and it worked. So, item, Reefback, egg. So there you go, Reefback egg. can't drop item. So I'll warp back to base and drop it here. Startled by this shock, I forgot that I let him out. Obviously, reload the save because there's no way to get him back. I may kill you. Cool, semi-automatic stasis rifle. Okay, and then the other ones are pretty self-explanatory, I think. So, like, shocker, egg, and then 4, because why not? There you go. These resemble the creatures a little bit more than maybe the other eggs do. Although the Reefback egg pretty much looks like a Reefback. It looks like somebody took a Reefback and put him in like some sort of compressor. And if you were incapable of inferring the process of getting these eggs, I'll show you how to do the crab snake. So, crabs, snake, egg. These, on the other hand, look nothing like the creatures they're supposed to be containing. So, I will end this video here. Next video, I'll probably save for whenever the game updates. Or, if I'm egocentric enough to show off my other base. Which I might be. But, this has been D from dn'a. I will see you guys in the next episode.
Alright, well...
Yeah. Just give him, like, one large arm opposite his large leg. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
This
Body
guy is
color.
just a fucking mess.
Feeling is...
Oh, you
okay.
have to pick from a couple of presets.
Come on! Lazy monster just sitting there. Doesn't want to work for it at all. YOLO! I think you misunderstand the concept of YOLO, my friend.